everyone, my name is Linda. I'm also known as Wol Hobby and this is vlog number 48. Welcome! If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm so glad you are watching again. And if you are a new viewer, welcome, and I'm so glad you found your way to my channel. In this YouTube video, on this YouTube channel, I tell about my knitting adventures, about my design adventures, about my hand-dyed yarn adventures. And so if you're into that, stay tuned. At the end of this episode, I have a giveaway and very exciting news. So stay tuned. We are going to start and dive right in with my finished object. This is my parachute. It's not very long, but it's just not something that is short enough to show on camera. This is the back, and this line is when you start knitting the back. Every time you reach the front panel, you pick up one stitch and knit it together. So hence the playful lines in this design. This is a pattern by Stephen West. I used yarn from Wol met Verve, a Dutch indie dyer, and this was a gift kit, really. So around Mother's Day, I think, she was doing a sale from her yarn store, and you could say, I think you could mention two of your favorite colors, and then she picked a palette. So I'm very happy with the colors I got. This is so pretty. That dark aubergine, eggplant. I think it means the same word, but one is English, one is American maybe. Eggplant, aubergine, and with the white speckles in it, and this white with very subtle speckles of pink and green, and then we have this lavender, lilac colorway, and the orange and the green. All of the pattern is knit, except that I did a centerpiece in seed stitch. So I used 4mm US 6 needles. I started on September 13 and I finished it on January 26th. I think I will make another one in my own yarn so we can wear it at fairs and stuff, but then I would make a wider shoulder band. This front and back panel is only attached by the I-cord along the neckline and the I-cord along the armhole. So, but I would like to have it a little bit wider so that it's not just the I-cords holding on to each other. So if I'm going to knit this again, that's the only thing I would change. I have another finished object, tiny one, because we are in the Christmas ornament make-along this year. My sister came up with the idea, and we are going to try and make a Christmas ornament each week. So this is my 5th one. This is a Christmas elf, is what the pattern says, and it's a free pattern. I will link it down below. It's by Hjort Sisters, and the pattern is in Danish, in English and in German. It's written for 3mm needles, which I used. The only thing is, it was not very clear to me why we needed to knit 2 separate layers and stitch them together. I don't like stitching things together. So if I'm going to make another one, I will probably knit it in the round, because why not? All that stitching, I'm not even really good at it. It doesn't matter in the red here, but you can see it here along the face. So, but I think he's cute. It's a cute little elf, right? So, happy with this one. This is my 5th Christmas ornament. We are in week 5 of the year, so I'm on par. Let's see. My sock design. I have a new sock design coming out in a few weeks. The design is finished. I send it to my tech editor, and this coming Wednesday I will hand the yarn to my test knitter, and she will knit the pattern for me to check it and to make me a sample. I'm also working on my leg warmer design. I started that a while ago, but I'm kind of caught up in the math because I want to make a leg warmer. It's a leg warmer with a lace pattern. So it's stretchy enough to fit around a calf. But that would mean that I would really stretch the pattern, and I don't like that. So I'm going to add increases to provide for the calf. But I want to grade it as well. I want to have 4 or 5 different sizes. So I'm in the process of thinking about how I can grade it and make it a good fit for everyone. I'm really not that good in math, so calculating things is very tricky for me. That's not a problem, it just takes me a little longer, and I need to have it checked and double checked before I can send anything out. But that's why you have a tech editor, right? I'm still crocheting the Ariana cardigan. I have 11 granny squares so far. I didn't bring them up because it's just all the same granny squares. So whenever I have a bigger stack, I will show it again. And I have 11 now, I need 68. So I can just knit granny squares for a very long time. I finished this one, and that was a good reason for me to cast on 2 new things. There were people around me that said that it didn't work that way. It does in my universe. I just wanted to cast on things. I started Kiersey's sweater. I brought the sweater to show it to you. She bought this 6 years ago. She wore it to bits. And then she asked me, can you make me a sweater? This is it. And as you can see, the design fun is in the sleeves. Normally, I would say, let's tear this one apart and see what measurements it needs. But like I said, it's worn to pieces. All the stretchiness is just, it doesn't stretch anymore. So using this as a sizing, that would really not be a good idea. Kiersey is like this wide, so this sweater is not exactly what she needs. So I decided to try to design the sweater myself. That's a whole new level of designing for me. I've never designed a sweater before, but I have a tiny start. This is the back of the neck and the short rows for the shoulder, and now I have to knit 25 centimeters, I think, just straight stockinette before I put the stitches on hold and start at the shoulder to knit the front part of the sweater. I was planning to record this process during my 40 days, 40 Lent vlogs, but she really wanted me to start, and I really wanted to start too. I have a different yarn for the ruffles on the sleeve, because I'm afraid that if I use the same yarn all around, it will be too heavy and it won't have the motion and the flow to it that you need. So Kirsi bought yarn at the Apmescha booth, the lovely Vitas and Asta from Litauen, and I'm going to use this for the ruffles. But that will be way at the end. I cast on another thing, and that is because James Nolan Watts did an open test call for his Pentapillar pullover. And it was an open test call, so you could fill out a Google form, and then you would get the pattern in your mailbox. And the test is running until March 6. You don't have to finish it, but if you do finish before March 6, your reward will be a code to buy one of his patterns, or to get one of his patterns for free. So that's brilliant. And James Nolan Watts is very, very interested in modular knitting. I did a workshop with him in Barcelona, and this is my first pillar, so to say. I'm using my advent calendar, but I'm not using it in the sequence that I got it in, because it's kind of a fade and I want to have all these checkerboard blocks. Once you have finished your first pillar, you pick up all the stitches along the sides, you cast on extra stitches, and you knit the second pillar directly onto the first one, and so on and so on. So this is a really, really nice knit to just have at hand when you want to relax a little, watch a podcast, because it is really very simple. Just knit back and forth. Well, knit the first needle, purl the second, but you know what I mean. It's super easy. And then I just change colors at the same place, but I will definitely make sure that the color blocks are different from each other as well. So, we're losing the light. I was recording the Dutch vlog, and then all of a sudden there was a lot of noise, and it was the window washer. So I had to stop, and I had to wait until he was done, and then I had to pay him, of course. So that took some time. Hence, it's getting a little darker already, but we are going to finish this. It will be all right. I have one more work in progress to show you, and that is my scrappy sock. I did my first one with the dice, and I did 5 rounds of each color. This one I'm doing 10, well, except for the first one. I somehow did 8. What happened there? I don't know. And I'm doing a slip stitch pattern alternating from one to another color. I have a pop at the cuff, and then I'm using this beautiful dark green, and I'm using that for the heel flap as well. I just started the heel flap yesterday, and also for the toe. So this will be, oh, and I told you in the vlog last week that in my previous scrappy sock, I did the heel in between 2 rows, 2 colors, and I didn't want that. So I knit 5 rounds of this orange, and the orange is still attached here because once the heel flap is done, I will knit the other 5 rounds of the orange, and then I will change color. So the heel will be in the middle of the orange stripe. Let's see, we have a giveaway, and that is, well, I already had this as a giveaway during Vlogmas, but the winner never got in touch with me, and she will probably not watch the Vlogmases anymore. So I decided to do this row counter chain as a giveaway again. It's by Ginger and Thyme, the lovely Debbie from Belgium. And the way this works, if you need to count your rows, you will hang this little ring on your knitting needle, and if you are passing it again, you go to the 2nd ring and to the 3rd ring and the 4th, and so on. So it's an easy way to keep track of your rows. If you would like to win this, please leave a comment which contains hashtag Ginger. Ginger and Thyme, but just hashtag Ginger will be enough. And then I have such exciting news. I am over the moon with this. Last week I already told that there might be a little surprise, and a day later I could tell that Mary Annarella, aka Lyrical Knits, is going to do a new mystery knit along. This design is her Muppet shawl, and you need 2 full skeins and 6 times 30 grams. I am so glad that I can provide kits for the Muppet shawl. I have them listed on my website already, so that people that are not in the United States can also buy hand-dyed kits without all the extra costs of shipping and taxes and whatever. So that's exciting news, but it gets more exciting. I asked Mary Annarella if she would be willing to do an interview with me, and she said yes. And so yesterday at 5 o'clock, my 5, her 11 a.m., my 5 p.m., we had a lovely chat, and I could ask her all kinds of questions about her designing process, about how she became a knitwear designer. Well, I had a list of questions for her. So we had a lovely chat, and I need to edit our recordings, but later this week I will put them up on YouTube for you to watch, and I really hope that you enjoy watching our little chat. I think that's it for today. I would love if you liked and subscribed to my channel. Well, it's just a tiny thing for you, but it would mean the world to me, because that way I will be, YouTube has this algorithm, and if more people like you and if more people subscribe, apparently you become more interesting, so it will do something to the ranking on YouTube. And well, I don't know exactly how it works, but please like and subscribe. You would make me so happy. I hope to see you, well, later this week as my self from the past interviewing Mary Annarella. And otherwise, I will see you again soon, I hope. Until then, I wish you happy knitting. Bye!